All right, I want to take a couple minutes talking about, well, what I dare say is not the sexiest topic in the world, but it's about agency and really why understanding agency is so important as an agent these days. Christian?
Patrick, I couldn't agree with you more. Agency, a lot of people roll their eyes, and it's like what you hear about when you have to go to CE classes. Um, Not a lot of people spend a lot of time looking and thinking about agency and how it relates to how they work on a daily basis. And I had a huge aha last week as I was talking through some of these upcoming practice changes with the settlement and realized that a lot of the misunderstanding is rooted in just basic knowledge, that foundational knowledge of agency. And so I think right now we really need to take a step back and understand and just kind of do a refresh on agency. And that will help as we move forward and talk about practice changes and how they relate to how you're doing business on a day-to-day basis. I know, when I was selling, it was so easy to, you have the pamphlet for the Missouri and Kansas broker disclosure forms. You're supposed to give it to customers at your first opportunity, not clients yet. They are customers until they sign something. But we don't really ever go back and read it ourselves. And I think spending some time together, looking at agency and looking at your representation in some of these different broker service capacities is really critical right now. So then we can build on the practice changes and how those are going to affect how you operate on a day-to-day basis. But one thing that's not changing is basic agency principles. So, Patrick, I think, yeah, not a sexy topic, but one that is oh so important.
Yeah, I like what you said. I mean, go back and read it because I think our opportunity here in the future is to be able to explain agency in a better way to our potential clients. They're likely going to be asking questions like never before when it comes to what's the difference between a seller's agent and a designated seller's agent? What is a transaction broker? What does it mean in Missouri to have a dual agent? And is that in the client's best interest? So being able to understand those things, but not only understand them, that's what an average agent could do, but then go out and speak that to our clients and help them interpret it. That's what an outstanding agent could do. So we're going to break down a few more of these topics, I think, as we keep going, but maybe a good introduction. Maybe it urges you watching to go check out the Kansas broker disclosure or the Missouri broker disclosure. Look, it folds, and isn't that cool? It turns into a pamphlet. I think that's pretty slick. I'm just
Who
saying.
knew? Who knew?
And of course, you could look at it online without having to print it out too. But understanding the words on here, we joke a little bit about it. It's so important. So hopefully it inspires you to do that.